She was just 14 years old when she vanished without a trace. One quiet morning in Arizona, her mother found an empty bed and a note. For 4 long years there was silence. No phone calls, no sightings, no answers. Until one day, Alicia Navarro walked into a police station in Montana and said, "I want to clear my missing person record." What happened to Alicia? Was she kidnapped? Brainwashed? Or was it something darker? Something we're still not being told. This is the haunting mystery of Alicia Navarro. Alicia Navarro was a bright, shy 14-year-old girl living in Glendale, Arizona. She was smart, deeply introverted, and struggled with social anxiety. She had been diagnosed as being on the autism spectrum, which made her sensitive to loud noises, crowds, and unfamiliar places. On the night of September 14, 2019, Alicia's mother, Jessica Nunez, went to bed like any normal night. But by the next morning, Alicia was gone. The back door was open. There was no forced entry, no signs of struggle. Just a handwritten note that said, "I ran away. I will be back. Swear. Sorry. Alicia." The family was devastated and immediately reported her missing. Police launched an investigation, but there were few leads. Jessica, her mother, never stopped searching. She worked closely with the FBI, appeared in media, and even started a Facebook group, Finding Alicia Navarro. Tips came in, but none led anywhere. There were no confirmed sightings, no messages. It was as if Alicia had completely vanished. Many speculated she might have been lured online, perhaps by a predator posing as a friend. Jessica later revealed Alicia had access to social media and online gaming platforms. She had made online friends, but her mother never imagined someone would manipulate her. Despite hundreds of leads and 4 years of national coverage, the case went cold on July 26, 2023. 4 years later, something unbelievable happened. A teenage girl walked into a small-town police station in Havre, Montana, over 1,200 miles away from home, and calmly said, "I'm Alicia Navarro. I want to clear my missing person record." Officers were stunned. They confirmed her identity through fingerprints and facial recognition. Alicia was alive. She was now 18. And yet, she wasn't with her parents. She wasn't crying. She didn't run home. She had been living with a man. In Montana, police said Alicia was not being held captive, at least not physically. She was in a quiet apartment with a man described as older. They've not named him publicly, but he was detained and questioned. Later, his home was searched by FBI, and several computers were taken. So far, no arrests have been made. Authorities have only said, "This is still an ongoing investigation with criminal elements." Alicia told investigators she left home voluntarily. But it's not that simple. Many experts believe she was groomed, manipulated slowly, possibly over years. She had limited education. She had no bank account. She didn't know how to function in the real world, suggesting she had been kept in isolation. Jessica Nunez was overwhelmed when she learned Alicia was alive. She flew to Montana immediately. They reunited, but the meeting was private and deeply emotional. Jessica went public with a video saying, "I don't have all the answers yet, but I have my daughter back, and for that I am thankful." But she also pleaded with the public and media, "Please don't attack my daughter. She's been through more than we can imagine." Some people online began to accuse Alicia, asking why she stayed silent so long. But psychologists quickly pointed out, groomed children don't always understand their victims. Until years later. Even now, Alicia is not fully speaking publicly. Authorities are continuing their investigation, but details are being kept secret. They've said they're looking at possible federal charges. They also confirmed Alicia is safe and cooperating. What's clear is, this wasn't just a runaway case. There are likely crimes committed, and someone out there knows what happened during those 4 years. Alicia is now under professional care, and her family is trying to rebuild their life, one step at a time. So what really happened to Alicia Navarro? Was she manipulated online and taken across the country? Was she controlled through fear, shame, or emotional abuse? Was there more than one person involved? Only time will reveal the full truth. But one thing is certain. A girl who vanished at 14, walked back into the world at 18, and left behind a trail of questions the world still can't answer. This is not just a story of disappearance. This is a story of survival. If you want more real stories like this, subscribe. We cover the world's most chilling, mysterious, and unbelievable true crime cases, every single day. Initial response in 2019. When Alicia Navarro was first reported missing on September 15, 2019, the Glendale Police Department in Arizona initiated a standard missing child investigation. Given that Alicia had left a handwritten note indicating she had run away, the early response lacked urgency. But because she was only 14, on the autism spectrum, and highly vulnerable, her case was escalated quickly. Police interviewed friends, neighbors, and family, and scanned through online communications and gaming platforms Alicia may have used, but no credible leads surfaced to FBI involvement and digital tracing. Within days of Alicia's disappearance, the FBI joined the investigation. They began combing through Alicia's digital footprint, gaming chats, social media activity, and browser history. Investigators suspected she might have been groomed by someone online. Despite digital expertise, they found little, likely because the groomer used encrypted or burner accounts. The FBI issued a nationwide missing person bulletin, and Alicia's photo was distributed across all 50 states. Years of silence and dead ends. For nearly 4 years, the case remained cold. Police followed over 100 leads, conducted numerous interviews, and pursued reported sightings in multiple states, including California, Utah, and Nevada, but none of them were confirmed. Authorities worked closely with Alicia's mother, Jessica, who remained extremely cooperative and vocal. Despite pressure from the public and media, law enforcement never disclosed details that might jeopardize the investigation. Breakthrough in Montana, 2023. On July 26, 2023, officers in Havre, Montana, were stunned when an 18-year-old girl walked into their station and identified herself as Alicia Navarro. She calmly asked to have her missing person status cleared. Officers conducted a background check and matched her fingerprints to confirm her identity. Immediately, they contacted Glendale Police and the FBI, who both traveled to Montana within 24 hours. Initial interview and mental state. During Alicia's first police interview, she claimed she left home voluntarily. However, her demeanor raised red flags. Officers described her as emotionally flat and disoriented about basic adult matters, such as finances, legal rights, and personal freedom. She appeared to have been psychologically manipulated. Although she insisted she had not been kidnapped, authorities treated her case as a potential human trafficking situation. Search and seizure at the Montana residence. The home where Alicia had been living was quickly secured by law enforcement. FBI agents obtained a search warrant and seized electronic devices, including laptops, hard drives, and phones. Neighbors told local media that Alicia was rarely seen and seemed shy and withdrawn. The man she lived with, reportedly significantly older, was detained and questioned, though his name was never made public. No charges were filed immediately. No arrests, but criminal investigation active. Despite public demand for justice, police have not yet charged anyone in the case. Authorities say they are building a broader case, likely involving digital evidence, psychological evaluations, and possible federal charges. Officials have stated publicly that the investigation is far from over, and still contains criminal elements, suggesting possible charges related to grooming, enticement of a minor, or unlawful restraint. Alicia's cooperation and protection. Since being found, Alicia has been cooperating with law enforcement, though she is reportedly still under psychological care. Her interviews are being conducted slowly and with professional supervision. Authorities are trying to avoid re-traumatizing her while extracting the truth. She is currently in a safe, undisclosed location, away from the man she lived with. Police have confirmed that she is not in danger, but they have not released any information about potential other individuals involved. The investigation's current focus. As of 2025, the Alicia Navarro case remains open and active. The FBI and local law enforcement are now focusing on two key areas. First, understanding the full timeline of where Alicia was and with whom during the 4 missing years. And second, gathering enough evidence to possibly prosecute anyone who exploited or manipulated her. Alicia's return may have ended her status as a missing person, but in the eyes of the law, the story is far from over. Media ignition after disappearance. 2019. When Alicia Navarro disappeared in 2019, local Arizona media began covering the story almost immediately. Within days, the case gained national attention. News outlets such as CNN, Fox News, and NBC featured Alicia's photo with headlines calling her a vulnerable, autistic teen who vanished overnight. The media played a huge role in bringing attention to the case, helping spread the missing person alert across the country. But over time, as no updates emerged, national interest began to fade. Two Mothers campaign. Keeping the spotlight alive. Alicia's mother, Jessica Nunez, refused to let the world forget her daughter. She became the emotional face of the search. Jessica gave interviews to dozens of outlets, created Facebook and Twitter pages, and made frequent video updates pleading for help. Her tireless media presence, sometimes weekly, helped keep Alicia's name in the public eye long after most missing cases fade. Many journalists said it was Jessica's persistence that kept media outlets from dropping the story entirely. 3. Media speculation and pressure on police. As months turned into years, some media outlets began questioning the efficiency of the investigation. True crime bloggers, YouTube creators, and online forums speculated about grooming, trafficking, or even that Alicia had been murdered. Some journalists pressured law enforcement for more transparency, but officials remained tight-lipped, fueling conspiracy theories. While the media helped raise awareness, it also added pressure and misinformation, making the family's pain worse at times. 4. Public sympathy and online advocacy. The public response was largely compassionate. Thousands followed the Finding Alicia Navarro page, left messages of hope and shared updates. Alicia became a symbol of missing youth in America. Candlelight vigils were held in her honor, and several child protection organizations featured her case. Strangers donated money to search funds, and communities around Arizona supported the family with posters, events, and billboards. 5. Reappearance shocks the nation. 2023. When Alicia suddenly reappeared in 2023, it was front-page news. Nearly every major media outlet in the U.S., and even some international ones, reported on it. Headlines ranged from "Missing Girl Found After 4 Years" to "The Girl Who Walked Back into the World." The tone was stunned and cautiously hopeful. It was one of the most unexpected twists in any missing person case in recent years. 6. Media's shift to questions, not answers. The media's tone quickly shifted from celebration to curiosity, and then suspicion. Reporters wanted to know, where had she been? Who was the man she was living with? Was she brainwashed, or was there more to the story? With law enforcement releasing limited information, journalists turned to psychologists, criminal analysts, and internet sleuths to fill in the blanks, which sometimes led to misinformation or unfounded claims. 7. Public division, victim or liar. Shockingly, some members of the public began turning on Alicia. Online trolls accused her of faking it, running away on purpose, or wasting police resources. These opinions were a minority, but they were loud and extremely hurtful. Experts quickly responded, explaining how trauma victims, especially minors groomed online, often don't behave in ways the public expects. Many others defended Alicia, saying that blaming her was both ignorant and dangerous. 8. Jessica Nunez's protective stand. Jessica again stepped into the media spotlight, this time to defend her daughter. She released an emotional video asking the public not to judge Alicia, stating, My daughter has gone through more than any of us can imagine. She is safe, but she is not okay yet. Her strength and calm in the face of criticism won her deep public respect. She also thanked the media for helping find Alicia, but pleaded for space and sensitivity as her daughter healed. 9. Ongoing role of media and public today, 2025. As of now, the Alicia Navarro case still garners significant online attention. True crime podcasts, YouTubers, and journalists continue to investigate the 4 missing years. The public remains deeply invested in the case, though many now respect Alicia's privacy. Media coverage has grown more cautious, focusing on psychological angles and systemic failures that allowed her to disappear. Alicia's story is no longer just about one missing girl. It has become a symbol of what can go wrong when vulnerable children slip through the cracks.